Hello YouTubers, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Products Enterprise talking 4th Doctor and talking Cybermen figures. So let's just begin this review. Now we'll begin with the 4th Doctor, and my one, I got this one off eBay. It was listed as not working, and unfortunately I still haven't been able to get him working. I've tried everything. However, there isn't really much of a way to actually, get him working without actually destroying the figure to get to the electronic components inside. So, unfortunately, he can't talk. But that doesn't stop it from being a really nice figure nonetheless. So if we take a look at the head sculpt. Now, yeah, this is really accurate, but also it looks really creepy at the same time, because that toothy grin with even the black lines, representing each individual tooth, and the blue eyes as well. It is undoubtedly Tom Baker, and fun fact, the person who sculpted the character options and the Big Chief Tom Baker head also did this one. I think this was his first, and yeah, pretty much if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, you can even see sort of the little lines there on his face. It does look exactly like the character options version, really, just enlarged but with more detail. You can see the hair there, and also the difference between his curly hair, but also his sideburns, just there as well. There's a nice different tone in the brown. The hat is complete, obviously, with the hat band as well, and also it's been given a very subtle, sort of dirty, sort of worn look to it. On camera you can't really tell, but in person it is obvious. More obvious. You can see it's slightly darker, and it's got a bit of a weathering, but on camera you can't really tell. Taking a look at the body, well, we've got his necktie, and it's even got all the individual different coloured green stripes. We've got the darkest one here at the bottom, slightly darker, and we've also got the white there, and you can definitely see all the lines there. It looks really, really nice. You can see the two speaker holes there, but they're pretty well covered, I'd say. I have seen worse, and on his shirt, you've even got the lines on his shirt as well, the little crisscross sections going around there, which is all nice and correct. You've got the detailing of the buttons and the cardigan as well, with a little pattern and the little fob chain at the bottom. On the coat, you can see here we've got all the buttons here and the pockets, and even the little grey lines on the top of the pockets, which is all nice and good. You've got the elbow patches as well, with even the little stitching around the edges of the elbow patches just there. It's pretty hard to focus on it, it's just so small detailing. You've got the belt strap going across the back, and there is where the battery compartment is. Unfortunately, it's not concealed like on the Cybermen figures. And also, you've got the licensed by Product Enterprise there, but you've got all the creases. This is made of a pretty hard, but soft coated, but hard plastic. It's the best way. His hands are especially well detailed, because they're not all moulded in one colour. They're pretty much, you've got it as a basic skin tone colour, but you've also got a sort of pink and reddish wash to it to make it look more like a real hand, which is quite a nice effect. Turning down to the trousers, they are, just a basic grey, but they do have this really nice pattern to it that is actually sculpted into the plastic. You can just about see here, sort of lines that going down, and it crisscrosses as well, which is very nice. You've got the seam going down the side, and finally you've got the shoes, which are brown, and they're being painted in a glossy colour, though I don't think they ever were this glossy colour, but nevertheless you've got all the detail of the shoes and the laces and the pattern on the shoes, and on the bottom as well. Well, I'll just left a basic darker brown. He did come. This figure originally did come with a key 9, but as again I got this singularly off eBay, so no such luck. He does come with a sonic screwdriver, which is incredibly difficult to put it in his hand, and for it to actually screw there. His hand is actually too wide open for him to hold the sonic screwdriver. It's got a really nice sculpt to it. If we just take a look at this, it's got a really nice sculpt. You can see there. All the little lines and that, and the sections. They painted the back of it black and the front of it silver, which is a bit weird. It looks more like it's trying to masquerade as the 8th Doctor's sonic screwdriver rather than the 4th. Because to be honest, a little paint, a little bit of red paint on the top of there, and it would have set it off really nicely. Because, as I say, the sculpt is really nice. It's just the paint up stacks sort of ruin it. And of course, I can't do this without talking about the scarf. Now, I won't take it off because it is difficult for it to sit properly like this, because it is a little bit big on him. It's a bit thick, if you know what I mean, but it means that it's less likely to fall apart. Now, the colours aren't really accurate at all. In fact, I think the only colours that may be accurate are the red, and also the cream colour, maybe the green, but it is just a basic pattern that is just repeated on both sides. But we do have the tassels at the bottom as well. And it is nice of him. I bet it would have been brilliant for the time. It's a bit weird though, because it never sort of sits like oh no oh no, it never sort of sits properly on him. It's always either pushed out to one side like that, or if you try and put it together, it still gets flung out a bit slightly too much. Like here, it looks okay, but that's because I've been pretty much prying at this for hours, trying to just get it to sit perfectly flush with the figure. Normally it's sort of just hanging off it a bit. So I mean, I think I can understand why they didn't go for a plastic scarf on this scale of figure, because this is, I'd say, around 9 to 10 inches tall, or like say maybe, I don't know, maybe it's 8. I don't know exactly how tall this is, but yeah, it is nice, and it means you can take the scarf off if you want to display him without the scarf on. And also it means if you want to nix your own scarf to this scale and put it on, then you can do that if you really, really want to. But I think he looks okay as he is. Now let's talk about the Cybermen figures. So the one on the left is based on the one from Silver Nemesis, and this one is basically like an attack Cyberman, I suppose, because of the jaw piece being painted, and also the boots on the bottom, which I'll show you in a minute. But basically, these are the same sculpt figure. I'll show you on the this is an original one that I had, and if you remember the Cybermax that I showed you in items in storage, I think it was either box 1 or box 2. That was a Cybermat that came with this. Unfortunately, I've put him away in a box now, wrapped him up in bubble wrap, and I didn't want to break everything out just to find it. But if you want to see what it looks like, then go look at that video. Free advertising, people. But anyway, just having a look at the head, it looks excellent. Again, it looks exactly like the heads look like, and pretty much a lot like the character options version. You can see there's a bit of black on mine. That's because I turned this into a cyber leader with permanent marker, and I used a magic eraser sponge to get most of it off. I'll probably have to have another go at it, but you get the idea. But it is really nicely sculpted. The wires tend to go a bit all over the place. There is a little there is a way to solve it though, which I will show you in a minute. But if you just compare on this one, You can see the wires are far too far out. This one, they're a bit more controlled. They're not as all over the place on this one. Oh no, I dropped him, but I caught him. But you can see all the little details on all the little ridges, and the eyes as well. They've been painted grey. Though on the Attack Cybermen, they've been painted black, so it's kind of like a mishmash between an Earthshock one and an Attack Cyberman. But you can see all the little nuts and bolts there on the helmet, and also the little piece at the top, which is being painted black, so I guess it is meant to be an Attack Cyberman. Yeah, so those should technically be black. And you also, just between the helmet, you've got the little panel detail just there. What I really like about this figure is actually they've even sculpted the line in for where the back plate of the helmet would go, and where the 4 screws would be screwed in on the back, that little line, and they did that on the character options version as well. So, but obviously this predates it by several years. I think this came out in 2003, 2004, maybe 2002, one of those years. Oh, and I should mention, the Tom Baker figure has head articulation, and his arms can move forward and back. And one of his wrists can turn, but the other one can't. And that's all the articulation for the 4th Doctor. But anyway, back onto the Cyberman. You can see, you know, all the little grating around the side and all the pipes going all the way around. You can see the speaker hole in the back, and all the little creases in the legs with all the tubing and piping, and the chest piece as well looks really good with all the little holes, and the circuitry that's actually under there, the red wires and that, they're actually I believe they're maybe, are they sculpted, or are they part of the actual button that's in there? No, I think it's actually sculpted there, so that's nice. You got the little tubing going down here, and the MP switch. In Silver Nemesis, that was where the battery compartment was for the modulator for the voice. But in Attack, in Earthshock, it was in the top, in the head. In Attack of the Cybermen, I'm assuming it was still in the top of the head. Who knows? It's not really mentioned, but you can see also the gloves have little details on the little strands going across there and all, and they've even got the detail of what I assume is probably the zipper to zip up the gloves. And you see he is pointing, you know, just like with the Cyber Leader. I suppose, you know, he's pointing like that. It's like, ooh. And also you've got the boots, which are the Attack of the Cybermen boots. And even, look, you've even got the tread on the bottom. Now, obviously, this Cyberman does talk. And to make him talk, you press the button on his chest, which is, you know, nicely well hidden. So let's take a listen. Now, that is the Cyber Leader as played by David Banks. I think it might be him doing the voice, or it could be an impressionist. To be honest, the voice, the quality of the recordings and the speaker on the back is not very good at all. I mean, you know, normally I wouldn't particularly complain about this so much, but the Product Enterprise talking Daleks had really loud and really clear voices, so I mean, I know there's less room, but still, you know. But anyway, to change the batteries, you pull off the chest section here, and this is where you would remove the pipe here. Unfortunately, the first time I did this, I broke off the pipe at the back. You can see the actual pipe there. But once you do that and remove the pipe, and don't break it off like I did, you should be able to just pull off this whole section. And you can see here, I've got some duct tape in there, and this is to keep these tubes or wires at the front, so they're tucked in a bit more. I just pulled them in at the back and taped them in place. But once you move this, you unscrew that and you get access to the battery compartment. You can see here the little button there. But yeah, it's a more finicky and fiddly way. I mean, there are advantages and disadvantages to doing it this way. Obviously, the disadvantage is it's more finicky, it's more fiddly, and also you can break the Cyberman. You know, I mean, proof is there. I broke that off. You know, but and also it's there we go. There we go. It's also a bit of a nightmare to put back on as well. It's a very fiddly job. With the Tom Baker, obviously you get the big battery compartment on the back, but it's just the one screw in the panel, and you know, there you go. In terms of articulation, we've got a little bit of weight. We've got a bit of waist articulation. The shoulders are ball jointed, so they can go all the way out to the side like that, and also go through 360s. The top of the shoulder section does hinder it slightly, but just put it slightly out to the side, and there you go. We've got a 90-degree bend at the elbow, and the wrists do a 360. On my one, it is pretty loose, because I got this Cyberman I got when it first came out. I got it from Model Zone back in 2005, I think I got it. Maybe 2006. But anyway, let's take a look at the Earthshock variant, which has the gun. So let's take a look at the Cybergun. Now, this Cyberman came with the exact same gun, except it was in a slightly lighter silver colour. But you can see, but they did have the same gun, which is is based on the one from Earthshock. You can see here, it is a really, really nice and well detailed replica. Well, not replica of it. And you can see it's been painted in a silver colour, but it's been given a dirty wash over the top to make it look older and more worn. You can see here the cylinder piece at the end, which will light up. You can see little black strands going up there, and the car air freshener at the end. Got the 3 black strands going down there, which weren't added until... What were they on this gun? I can't remember. Someone will tell me in the comments section below, I'm pretty sure. You can see all the sections of the gun, and even the strap, which is made of a very thin Velcro material, and even the little strap piece there that clicks in, you can actually unclick that. I won't, because again it's a fiddly process, but yeah, the only thing is, you can't really hold it very well. I mean, this is pretty much the best pose to get him like that way. He's holding it up to his head, like sort of in those posters. But in terms of properly holding it, he can't really do it because he's in this pointing motion, and he can't hold it in his other hand at all. So, yeah, again, they can't hold the accessories. I mean, you can put it over the shoulder like that, but it just looks a bit off because just because of the way it is. But let's take a look. So obviously, unlike the character options version, this one has been painted in the correct chrome colour for the Silver Nemesis Cybermen. However, obviously, the sculpt for the figure is completely incorrect. It should not, it should be a completely new sculpt, a la the character options version, which is a completely new sculpt. But you can see here, it's again being painted in a silver or grey colour, and then being given a dirty wash over the top to make it look darker and more metallic, which I think brings out some of the piping detail actually a lot better because of the black on there. However, I think I prefer the completely silver one of my one there, just because it just looks more like a Cyberman, to be honest. I mean, this looks really odd to have this chrome colour at the front. I think you can see it there. I mean, this is why I didn't want to go through the detail on this one, because it reflects off everything, every single thing it reflects off. I mean, they've got the colour bang on. I can't fault them for that. They've got that chrome colour bang on. He seems to be looking up slightly, this one. I don't know why. this one's great. This one seems to be looking up slightly. Is he clipped on properly? Yes. Yes, he is. I don't know why. The head just seems to be looking up slightly. I don't know. Oh well. We're getting all the same detail and the same voice. But it is really nice. The joints on this one are stiffer, apart from the waist, which is actually looser. Whether that means anything to you or not, but it is really nice. Now, the Cybermen figures and the Fourth Doctor figure are very difficult to get nowadays, because just because the Fourth Doctor, you can't. It's not like you can't find them. You can find them on places like eBay. The only thing is, they normally come for quite a high price. I mean, I got this Cyberman for £15, and the same for the Fourth Doctor. I got them for £30 for the two of them, and its original retail price I think was $16.99. At least it was from Model Zone when I got this one here. So, but I've seen them go on eBay for over £100. Some of these. So, if you can find them, then by all means. But it's not like the Product Enterprise Daleks, because the voices aren't particularly great. You heard them. They're very tinny, and also not very clear either. The sculpts, where they are really, really good, the character options versions are practically identical to these ones. And also the Product Enterprise Daleks, more people bought them, so obviously there's more of them around on eBay and that today, so you can generally find them at a cheaper price. So, but if you can find them somewhere for a good deal, then yes, absolutely buy them. But if not, if all you've got is a character options version of it in terms of that, I mean, obviously there is that sort of retro feel to them, and they are Product Enterprise products are starting to become retro now, because they stopped producing. They lost the Guxy license, I think, in 2008. So that's 10 years next year. We'll have had no Product Enterprise Doctor Who merchandise. So anyway, that's it for this review. It's gone on for far, far, far too long. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next review. Bye bye.